Your host, Rich, here on behalf of Rich TV Live. Hope you're all having a great day. Hope you had a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. We have some big news from LexaGene Holdings, and here at Rich TV Live, we take pride in bringing you the news and bringing you the news first. And let's break down the big news today from LexaGene Holdings. Here we go. LexaGene takes steps to list on the Nasdaq. That's right. LexaGene Holdings, LXG on the Toronto Stock Venture Exchange, LXXGF on the OTCQB is taking steps to list on the Nasdaq. So what does this mean for LexaGene? A molecular diagnostics company that develops fully automated rapid pathogen detection systems is pleased to announce it is taking steps to list its common shares on the Nasdaq Capital Markets with the goal of submitting its application prior to the end of 2021. This is pretty big news for LexaGene Holdings and for all shareholders. A successful listing on the Nasdaq will make the company shares more accessible to retail and institutional investors in the United States and internationally, as well as increase share liquidity. The Nasdaq is the company's preferred exchange as it hosts the best biotech and life science companies in the world. LexaGene has taken several steps to prepare for the Nasdaq listing application. First, LexaGene has reserved with the Nasdaq exchange the ticker symbol LXG, which is good for 24 months. So they've got this symbol for 24 months, and they're starting the application and the process, and this could be absolutely huge and a game changer for LexaGene. Second, in anticipation of filing the registration and annual report for Canadian Securities Form 40F with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, the company has retained Latham & Watkins LLP, a law firm that has approximately 4,500 employees and is one of the top growing law firms in the world. Specifically, LexaGene is working with Peter Handrinos, who has advised many prominent pharmaceutical, biotechnology, and medical device companies in the healthcare industry over his 25-year career. Mr. Handrinos has taken many companies public on the U.S. exchange and has deep experience advising life sciences and technology companies on securities law matters, with an emphasis on financing transactions as well as mergers and acquisitions. Lastly, the company has engaged RSM US LLP for audit, tax, and consulting services. RSM US will perform the company's 2020 year-end audit. RSM US is the fifth largest accounting firm in the United States, employing more than 11,000 across 86 cities nationwide in Canada. RSM US is part of the global accounting network RSM International, which brings together more than 43,000 professionals and 800 offices located in more than 120 countries. So I just actually interviewed the CEO of LexaGene. Stay tuned to that interview. Jack Regan, Dr. Jack Regan, LexaGene's CEO and founder, states, "We anticipate LexaGene will grow in size and strength in the coming months and years. Part of our growth strategy is to make the company more accessible to U.S. investors. I'm very pleased to have engaged two exceptional firms to help guide us through this process. A successful Nasdaq listing makes us more attractive to institutional investors and eligible for inclusion in key indexes and ETFs. Additional comments from Dr. Regan are available in this video."
All right, welcome back inside our proactive news.
We're not going to go through the video, but it takes you to a video with proactive investors. Applying for a Nasdaq listing is subject for first meeting the listing and regulatory requirements of the Nasdaq and the SEC. There's no guarantee that the company will meet these requirements in the future, but if it does, the company will issue a press release once an application has been formally submitted to the SEC. So we can assume that there will be another press release breaking this down shortly. In addition, the company is pleased to announce it has engaged Native Ads. All right, so they are putting some marketing in place. Lastly, after an independent third-party review by Compensia Inc., an exclusive compensation and equity compensia determined that LexaGene executive officers were at the bottom 10 percentile in equity compensation as compared to other public companies in both Canada and the United States with comparative market caps. Based upon the results from this report and recommendations from the Compensation Committee, LexaGene's board of directors determined that it was appropriate to adjust the equity for the CEO, CFO, and COO. The last equity grant to executive officers was 16 months ago in February 2020. On May 28, 2021, the board of directors approved inducement grants in accordance with omnibus incentive plan for executive officers totaling 690,000 share options. Each option is exercisable into one common share of the company at a price of 59 cents per share, 120% over Friday's closing price of 49 cents Canadian for a period of 10 years from the date of grant. The options vest 10% on the grant date and 15% every 6 months thereafter with an expiry date of May 28, 2031. In addition, the company's executive officers have been granted an additional 690,000 share options, considered performance options, at a price of 59 cents Canadian per share, 120% over Friday's closing price of 49 cents a share. The performance conditions are associated with 2021 performance milestones. Goals set forth by the board of directors for executive management are as follows. Meeting the requirements to list on the company shares on the Nasdaq and filing Form 40F with the SEC. Based on the current number of outstanding shares, the company will have the organic raise. They will have to organically raise the stock price to 77 cents Canadian, a 157% increase over Friday's closing price to achieve the 90 million Canadian, 75 million US minimum market cap requirement for the Nasdaq listing. If the performance criteria are not satisfied on or before December 31st, 2021, the performance options grant will be canceled. This is extremely interesting. That pretty much says to me that they need to get this price up at least 50% higher. And that tells me that there's some huge upside potential here. In my opinion, I think there's some huge upside potential here for LexaGene Holdings. Put them on your watch list, put them on your radar. Big news. They are taking the steps to list on the Nasdaq. Huge news. Once again, LexaGene taking steps to list on the Nasdaq. The symbol in Canada is LXG. The symbol in America on the OTCQB exchange is LXXGF. LexaGene Holdings Inc. is the company, and they are taking the steps to list on the Nasdaq exchange, despite the fact that they are trading at 50 cents in Canada, which to me is extremely bullish and leads me to believe that this has a chance to absolutely go at least 50%, if not much higher than that. Love to know what you guys think. What do you guys think of this news? This is big breaking news, and you're hearing it here first. Remember, if you like the video, smash the like button, comment down below, share the video everywhere, and subscribe for future updates. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live. We like to bring you the winners. We like to bring you the news, and we love to bring it to you first. What do you guys think about LexaGene Holdings and this news? I think it's some pretty big news. What do you guys think about this big news? LexaGene Holdings takes steps to list on the Nasdaq. What do you guys think of this news? The big breaking news about LexaGene Holdings. Now, remember, guys, Rich TV Live is strictly for information and education purposes. Always do your due diligence. Always do your research before you invest in anything that we talk about here in Rich TV Live. Consult a financial advisor. Chances are, if you cannot consult a financial advisor is going to say, where'd you get these picks? You could say, from my boy Rich, and they're going to say, these are some pretty good picks. So, love to know your opinion. Love to get your feedback. This is big news, breaking news, literally circulating everywhere right now, pre-market. This could be a huge catalyst for LexaGene Holdings this morning. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go higher on this news. Love to know what you think. This is Rich from Rich TV Live. Have a good day, everybody. Put it on your radar, put it on your watch list. Expect some big things from LexaGene on the news that they've taken the steps to list on the Nasdaq. Thank you for watching. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live, and I'm out. Peace.